Shefsky here, and welcome to Fantasy House, make-believe MTV Cribs. Every episode, a different guest comes on and gives us an imaginary tour of their trippy-ass fantasy house. It's not safe for work. It usually gets pretty dirty. People talk about their restrooms and sexual things. It gets pretty wild. And this week is no exception. My guest is my good friend, Jade Catta-Preta. We pretty much started doing stand-up around the same time together and became good friends, part of like a little family. What do they call it? They call it class. A class of comedians. And I don't know, Jade's just always been a homie. We've been filming since we barely both just started. And now Jade's insanely killing it out there. She is opening for Bill Burr, Kevin Nealon, Bobby Lee. She's on Hulu's Future Man. She's been on like VH1. She's been on At Midnight a bunch. Girl Code. Like, Jade's just killing it. And she's continuing to kill it. She's got some big stuff coming up that she couldn't even say on air. That's how much Jade's killing it. So it was a blessing to have her here. Her episode was so much fun. Such a trip. Really fun stuff. And I think you guys are going to have a good time. This episode is brought to you by me, Jon Shefsky, your Southern California realtor. If you have anything you need to know or do in real estate, hit me up. I would absolutely love to be of service. So hit me up at fantasyhousepodcast@gmail.com. Now, in the words of the great Angelo Bowers, let us do this.
Won't you take it all around over to your fantasy house? Your host with the most experience guest in your fantasy house. Get all the money for expensive construction. The only way is your imagination.
I came to LA. I wanted to be an actor. Like, I was just fresh out of Emerson being like, I just want to connect, you know? And then my first job I ever got was at National Lampoon hosting a show there, like a college humor thing. It was like a Tosh.0 style, like clip show.
Yeah.
And that's where I met Sandy Danto, who brought me to the Comedy Store and ruined my life.
Oh, dude.
Oh, dude.
I remember National Lampoon's. It was right there on Sunset.
Yeah, they like got caught money laundering, but they're opening it again.
Did they really?
They did. Like, cops showed up like SWAT team like style,
Oh my
kicking down
God.
doors, taking all the computers, all the footage.
Funny business.
And I'm like, not my hosting reel.
Yeah.
You know, like I was devastated because they had all the footage of like 6 years of work I did with Sandy there.
People's lives are ruined. And you're like, can I just get access to the server real quick?
I'm like, hi, can I get those 10 minutes of me talking about the Kardashians? They're like, no. And that's how I got to the Comedy Store. It was Sandy.
Yeah.
He was the officiator of that. Officiator?
What did he
Officiator?
say? Like, you got to come do stand-up? Or
He was
you
like,
gotta come
dude, you
to-
should do stand-up. You have like a rhythm of a stand-up. And I was like, I've said this like a million times. I would rather kill a baby. I was like, absolutely not. And we went. We were
Why?
Gonna,
Was it to have a stigma where you grew up?
I went to college with a bunch of stand-ups. Like, I remember seeing Eliza Schlesinger do stand-up when I was like a kid. Like,
Yeah.
I've told this story a million times. Like, I would see stand-ups all the time. Like, Joe List was like a working guy. Bill, like everybody went to Emerson, and people were always pushing me to do it. And I was like, no, but I would watch stand-up and get really pissed. Like, I was like a heckler because I just felt like every setup was like
What?
bullshit. Yeah.
You started off as like sitting in the audience like, this is dumb.
It'd be like, so girls are dumb, right? Like every setup was like sort of like attacking women, I felt like.
Yeah.
Or I felt that way because I just clearly wanted to do it and was like frustrated.
Yeah.
But I'd be like, that's not true. Guys too. Like I would like shout
You yell it at
things. Yeah.
shows? Oh my God.
I was like the worst. And like after, like I remember I went to like what's his name? Art Barker?
Yeah.
Art Barker show, and he was like hitting on me. I was dating this girl at the time, like hitting on us, and I was like, "You're a pig!" Like just like yelling shit to him. And then afterwards, he like kind of apologized to me and gave me a CD, and I was like, "It's okay, like I'll let it go." What a dick! Like it's such a show ruiner.
I can't believe I didn't even know this about you. This is badass, though. This is so
It's
funny that
really
you became
bad.
a stand-up comic after being like a heckling, like a college Nazi.
Yeah, and it was like really
Oh
hard
my
at first
God.
because I was like so sweet and like loving and like positive and optimistic, and then
Yeah.
I worked at the Comedy Store and drained all the happiness out of me. Like
It's got a
everyone was so
weird
mean to me.
atmosphere. Come on.
People
Comedy
were mean
stores-
to me. People were like even like I talk about this. Stephen Azizi was like so mean to me when I first started work because it's like, who's this fucking girl like coming from a musical theater background thinking
That
she
heckled
can
me
do-
when I was on the road last month.
right? Like
I think
that's
that's
that
what
girl.
happened, Jade.
But then I remember. Do you remember Julia?
Yeah.
She was like, write 5 mean things about everybody. And I remember like somebody made some comment to me, and I was like, Rogaine, and they were like losing their hair, and then like I felt it, and I was like, oh. like, you know, the power of words.
She told you, like, put a couple of these bullets up in your gun there.
Yeah, just like be ready.
Be ready for a fight.
Yeah, be ready for a fight. And then I became like kind of mean. Like I kind of developed this like outer shell, which I think really helped me. You know,
I feel like I must have known you before that because you never did anything like that to me. You never.
No, I'm nice to people who are nice to me, but like think about working at that bar, like the people that came up to me, and then also like I would do a shitty, horrible set. Because I really feel like I haven't really even gotten good at stand up. Like,
what are you talking
No, I feel
about?
like I've really just started to find my voice this last year.
How long
11
you been
years
doing it?
in.
11
years.
I think that's when you like all of a sudden.
People say like 10.
Everyone
you know?
said that cliche stuff, but it is like right after that 10-year bump that you're just like.
I just started
all of a
to
sudden
talk
you're like,
about
oh no,
stuff.
I'm fine. Like I'm not wondering anymore like what I should talk about or who I should sound like or like do I sound too
Right.
much like you're just like, oh, that's me. On
I watch
stage.
my
Give me the
earlier
microphone.
stuff and I'm like such a I'm so much
yeah.
like Whitney Cummings, like because she was such an inspiration to me. Like I hold the mic really different now, and like you know, just I'm talking about like my family's like the divorce stuff and like where I'm from and being
Yeah.
Brazilian is like a lot more highlighted.
That's why you
And-
like steak's your favorite food because you're Brazilian.
Yeah, I
You
just love steak.
Brazilian food. Did you grow up in Brazil till what 5?
11.
11?
11.
What?
I
didn't
actually
realize-
recently went back last year and started doing stand up in Portuguese.
I remember because I followed
Yeah.
some of your Instagram stuff and I was like,
Yeah.
look at Jade. And you're like saying it in Portuguese.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
did you speak only Portuguese until 11? Or?
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't know. I was like ESL, like no English. Like I was like in Virginia and people were like, what's it like to wear shoes? Like stuff like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's
Fucking
crazy that you've and then your career field has been in speaking this language. And you
I
didn't
know.
even
I think
start
that's
at it.
why. People ask me all the time, like, why did you get into stand up? And I was like, I think I had trauma from not being able to communicate and then using language as like a manipulation device. Like that's what I've
so
gathered
interesting.
from years of therapy.
That's such a trip. If you could go back and change anything in the world, what would it be? Like if you could just like press a button, like if
Wait, you mean like Hitler?
I mean, everyone's going to choose Hitler, but you could.
Well, I mean, this is a big fucking question, John. I mean,
know.
should I go small or should I go big? You know, I mean,
We'll go small too.
like, do I go really vain just for myself?
Like you could be
I
like,
should have-
the color green never was invented.
Well, do you know that the color blue, a lot of people still don't even see it or consider it part of their vocabulary?
Well, there's like another color that like I think a lot of people
Blue.
can't see, but a certain like I think it's like only a certain gender, like certain women can see this certain color that no one else
Oh,
can see.
that's cool. I love shit like
There's
that.
something weird like
yeah.
that. And
Like,
they're
they did a test like where because blue wasn't mentioned in like anything biblical. Like they would always refer to the sky as white and the sea as like blood red.
Are you serious?
Yeah, and then they
I-
did this thing where they showed different colors to these tribes, and it would be like green. Everyone's like green, and then we get to the blue, and they didn't see it, like it didn't exist.
Wow, that's blowing my mind
It's
right now. dude.
blowing my mind. Yeah, I love Radiolab.
That is blowing my mind. Yeah, that's Radiolab right for you.
I love anything like neurological, like linguistic. I love stuff like that, just
Oh,
because
yeah.
it's so much of a part of like who I am. You know.
It's fascinating, yeah, when you stop and think about that because it's like it doesn't get talked about so much in the regular world, and then when you start digging in, you're like, yeah, what is the deal with that?
Well, it's like, how can we all agree when we see things so differently? Like, what's the meter of, you know, like, where are we all meeting?
can you imagine though,
common
like
way.
a certain color that you can't imagine? Like I tried to, and I was just like, what does that look like? And I can't think of any colors that don't exist. So,
But
so-
what is that? What a color looks like to me might look differently to you. That's the fucking trippy
Okay,
shit.
that trips me out. But the idea that there's a color that exists that I can't see trips me out even more in a frustrating way. Like you're running after something, and you're like, just you're trying to grab onto it, and like it slips out of your grips because I'm just like, if it's a color I don't know if it's white, but then like white's not what they're talking about. They're talking about a color, and then I'm like, what do you mean there's another color? Like there's
Yeah.
only green, there's
Yeah.
only purple, there's only
Yeah.
yellow, there's only blue. Like what do you mean there's another color? Like
Yeah.
that is like a
It's
frustrating
frightening.
thing because like, could they explain that to you? Could you be programmed to see that color?
Yeah, I mean, you know, there's like little ticks on your brain that's neurological pathways, and then you can regram that. You can rewire your brain fully. I mean, with trauma, with like introducing new colors. I'm sure. I mean, like my dad was colorblind.
My
And-
dad's colorblind too.
Yeah, and I'd be like really offended as a teenager. I'd come down and be like, "That's a great green dress." I'm like, "It's purple, Dad."
Yeah, my dad's brown and greens. He can't.
Yeah,
see.
brown,
They're
greens,
the
like
same color.
reds, like. And he's a holographer, or was, so that's
What's that
pretty
mean?
cool.
He's
He
from
used to make
Northern California?
holograms.
Holla. He used
He used to make
what?
holograms. He was one of the pioneers.
Really?
Holography.
Oh, that's rad. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's actually purple
What is?
because he said rad, but I see it said red. Never mind, John. Forget. You know what?
Oh man, it looks like there's two dads
You're
on
a
this
real
show.
estate agent now,
We're-
and I can't deal with you.
That's real wordplay right there. Like, you know, Rod.
I'm hungry.
Rod
I'm
Tarball.
hungry.
Are you hungry? You just had a Lara bar.
I know. I had
That's your-
lunch too.
That's your meal for the next 4 days, Jade.
Damn it.
You're an actress, damn it. You can have one Lara bar a week for your meal and some lettuce cups.
I love lettuce cups.
Right?
Getting some P.F. Chang action over here?
Some poof changs, yeah. What's the geographical locational for your fantasy
Okay,
house?
so I've thought about this a lot. So I don't mean to brag, but I'm in
Please.
New York, Brazil, and LA a lot. My ultimate dream house is in Brazil. And there's enough of a spot where an airplane lands, and then I'd go to the different places. And an airplane that I can drive.
Oh, you're going to drive the airplane? I think that's the first test of an airplane pilot. Is like,
You don't say drive?
Did you
Oh,
call
I
it
guess fly.
driving?
Jade, what is it called when you move this?
Do you ever go
You failed, bitch.
I just imagine you going into the cockpit like, mind if I drive? And everyone
like,
be like, no.
No, Jade.
Where's the steering wheel?
Oh,
in
this
fucking-
flies?
Your airplane has a fucking bus steering wheel in it? You weirdo.
Shit. Fuck. Well, yeah,
Okay.
it'd be in Brazil, but there'd be like an airplane that I can fly
Okay.
easily and like text at the same time.
Okay. Okay. You can text while you're driving
Yeah.
your airplane.
As we walk in, obviously there's a moat. It's a castle, but it doesn't look like a castle from the outside. It looks minimal and like Spanish. I love like a Spanish styled house, you know,
Oh,
like
yeah.
white and then blue accents.
Yes. I can't see blue.
You can't? Are you
I'm not
colorblind?
just joking. No.
Oh, I'm like, that's so
It's a
sad. You can't see
callback.
that cool stapler? No.
Oh, yeah. Let the listeners take note. There's a blue stapler in the studio here.
But my blue stapler.
My stapler.
Oh my God, what a
My
great
stapler.
moment.
I can bring the place down.
Nobody remembers anything in the movie besides that.
That movie's so great.
So good. Well, there's a moat, and then of course, like inside the moat, there's the water all around the house.
Yeah.
But the water is deep enough that I can scuba dive because scuba diving is a big passion of mine.
That's rad.
Yeah, I did it like right after my breakup. Like I can do this, and then like got completely addicted to it.
What's addictive about it?
It's so fucking scary.
Is it?
It's so scary. Like the first couple times I did it, I just felt like I was drowning the entire time. Like if you inhale at all through your nose, you start to like choke on water. So you have to like slowly breathe in and out of your mouth, and
Yeah.
you become like meditative right away. And of course the pressure and like, everything, other
It's a
things
breathing
help.
exercise.
It's a breathing exercise for me, and I'm so anxious, and you have to be so incredibly present. And I also had like a thing where I didn't want fish to touch me, like, to touch my skin. I had like a phobia, kind of like
I just love the physical way
like
to do that.
I didn't want them to touch my skin. I didn't want like
Yeah.
I actually just went fishing the other day and like was another like phobia thing of mine.
You're breaking through some walls.
Yeah. The more I do it, the gayer I get. So I'm like, oh, maybe this is the journey all along. So that it's like deep enough that
You're cutting through those walls with a scissor.
that people can like scuba dive, and it's also maybe like a little bit of a beachfront in the back. Like in the front of the house, it's just a moat,
Yeah.
water, and then in the back, it's like a beach,
Okay.
but private. Because I don't want to hang out with some peasants on the beach.
Yeah,
no
totally.
thanks.
I get it.
So we walk in. The moat draws up, of course, in case there's war. We're in Brazil, after all.
Is it that bad in Brazil?
It's so
There
bad.
could be
There's
war.
like a dictator right now currently.
Is there
in
really?
office.
In Brazil?
Yeah. Oh, wow. Like Bolsonaro, he just like got into office, and people, I don't want to say that because it's not that black and white, but people are struggling there. It's scary. Like we think it's scary here. It's not even close.
It's terrifying how much populism there is around the whole world right now.
It's scary everywhere, but I think it was always scarier, and we just didn't know.
I think it's pretty scary right now.
I mean, think about like the Great Depression. People just didn't have internet to be like, we have nothing.
It wasn't so great if you ask me. I'll tell you that much right now.
Yeah.
I wasn't even alive, but definitely
Yeah.
not a great.
Didn't feel good.
No.
I mean, it was called the Great Depression.
Yeah, it wasn't cool.
Which is
times
kinda
are always-
ironic.
Times are always weird. It's everything's always a Joe Rogan album title. You know what I mean?
Nah,
It's
just
weird
yelling,
times,
yeah.
trippy times, strange
Bad
situations.
times.
Yeah, it's a weird existence. So you got a drawbridge to keep you safe.
I got a drawbridge to
It's
keep
got
me
a
safe.
It's like a castle, but it's got more of a Spanish design.
More
to
of a
it.
Spanish design to it. I don't want to look like castle-y. Like I don't want anything like too thematic or like.
The lady with the moat and a drawbridge. I don't want it to be like too castle.
But I don't want it to look like I don't want it to look like we're going to like one of those Renaissance dinner things where you
Yeah.
eat like the chicken or the turkey leg thing.
That's medieval dinner.
Right,
It's
right.
Medieval
I don't want
times.
that.
Yeah. We're not going to medieval times for your
What are we
house.
doing? No,
That'd be hilarious.
I don't want this to look like a adventure park. Like
Yeah.
I want this to be like a place for all my lovers to hang out.
Yeah, I like
You know?
this. I like this a lot. Okay, so where do we come in? Do we go in through the drawbridge?
We go in through the drawbridge,
Okay.
but also, I guess I didn't really think about the different entrances. There's got to be a place for you to park.
Well, I mean, you can have like, like what is it? It's like usually French and Spanish homes that have like a courtyard where people park their car. They drive in through.
You can either go through the moat, or there's like a little thing underneath that you can go under the water. Oh,
cool.
This is cool.
That's
and
fun.
when you drive through under, it's clear, so you can like see all the water.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Like
You know,
a SeaWorld little channel.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And you know, you can see all the fish, and like, they don't touch you. But you know, like I drive my
It's the one rule of the fishing
I drive my
house.
plane underneath. No, I drive my car. You go underneath. The garage is underground, and you can see it's all glass, so you can see
Okay.
you know, the ocean that I have around my moat. This is making sense, right?
Yeah.
It can be done, right?
Yeah, the title
Have
of
you
this
seen
episode is Around My Moat.
Have you seen those aquarium shows where like, we're building an aquarium today? And like, how did an Italian guy get into aquariums?
It's like Pimp My Aquarium.
Yeah.
It's like, this
It's a real
aquarium,
show.
so many pumps for this thing.
They did one like for The Rock. I'm like, it's like enough.
Does
Like,
The Rock like maintain it? Does he still have it? Or does he just go like, thanks? And then,
no, I mean, he's people.
like if we tuned in on The Rock right now, would he still have the aquarium?
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
yeah. You don't just get an aquarium temporarily. That's
It's like
a life.
it's like when someone gives you a
commitment.
dog as a gift. You're like, that's cool and all, but that's like a lot to just
Well, yeah,
be
you
like,
gotta pay for
spring
it
on
and-
someone like, here you go.
By the way, I would love it. I really enjoy it. Like, I like the little sound of the filter that it makes. Like, I like a little sound when I go to bed.
Okay. Me too. Sound
And
machine.
now that I got over my fear of fish, I think that we have a lot in common.
You and the fish,
know?
or
Yeah, like I think I was like, I was just always so scared of it. I don't know why. I just always had like nightmares about like fish touching me. Actually, my friend just told me the other day she was tubing and got hit in the face with a fish. And I was like,
hit in the face with a fish.
Yeah, like they were like you know, whitewater rafting kind
Yeah.
of thing. It was like, and then she like kind of went down and a fish like flopped out and slapped her in the face. And I was like,
did it snap her out of her fear of fish? Was it like,
she's like, I'm gay now. No, I didn't. She's more scared of fish than ever.
and then she gets hit, you fall in love with her, you guys get married, then you go whitewater rafting.
That's
fish
really
hits her
what I
again, and
want.
she's not gay anymore.
They're like, no, I should have never taken you whitewater rafting.
Totally. One of those weird fun movies.
So we walk in and there's got to be like a little room in like a little mud room. I always love when people have that.
Yeah.
You know, where you can like hang your jackets and stuff. But it's one of those built-ins that you could click and it opens because I don't want like things out. I don't like that. I want things to be like
Simple
all hidden.
and flush and like.
Yeah, and maybe there's a little place where you like put your shoes, you know, and it goes in and they get sprayed and refreshed and like
I
shined.
love that.
And then
I-
they come back out when
Like
you're
a
ready to
dry
wear
cleaner
them.
for your shoes, so when you leave, you're like, and fresh kicks.
I actually just keep a man inside the wall, and he's just constantly shining, waiting for me to get home to shine my shoes.
Jade, that's very low tech and
He's a robot.
sadistic.
He's a robot.
Oh, it's a robot guy? Okay.
Yeah, let's just assume all the servants that I mention are robots, just so
Okay.
I don't sound cruel.
Okay.
And then even maybe the jackets, they do a little bit of like a, you know, like a little fluffing.
Okay.
Because like, I don't want my jackets just sitting there. I love that. That's great. I'm excited about that.
I like
This
the
mud
idea of
room.
like when I take my stuff off to come inside the house, it's like when what do they call that? Like how people have their cars detailed while they're like at work.
Yeah.
Like I'm going to come back to it and just be like, and fresh and clean. Like,
Yeah, because
the
don't you
idea
feel
of-
like shoes would last longer if like they were like who clean? Like I
You'd
do it
appreciate
only
them
when it's
longer.
like but when they get busted. That's
Yeah.
like when you.
like white Converse. I'm like, I'm going to scrub those a couple times before I throw them away.
Yeah, and then
Right?
there's also because I have a dog. Her name's Cheryl. I took her from Benji Follow.
Cheryl. Oh, it's so cute.
Like there's
You
probably
took her from Benji, or
yeah.
Benji
He used to
gave-
be Benji's.
And then wait, Cheryl's a dude.
Cheryl's a girl.
Oh, okay.
Benji Follow. Do you know Benji?
I thought you said he used to be Benji.
Oh, no, she.
I swear I thought you said he.
I might have.
So I was like, dude, just from now on, tell people that Cheryl's a dude because that's really funny to think of a dog.
She's a
named
dude.
Cheryl, that's a dude.
People are always like, "Oh, cute puppy. He's so cute." I'm like, "It's a she." I
Yeah.
get like really upset.
His name is Cheryl. That's a cool.
That's really funny. I might do that.
Right?
So, because I have Cheryl,
Okay.
and she'll live forever. When she comes into the house, I also put her in a little area, and they clean her little feet because I always do that, and I feel kind of like annoyed doing that, and then she gets a little treat, like it's thrown out too. That's cute.
Well, that's great. So my shoes are clean. Cheryl's feet are clean.
Cheryl's feet are
She's getting
clean.
a treat, so she's happy.
You get a little treat, you know.
What's it look like once we leave the mudroom? Like, what am I?
So, like, I'm thinking like very all like modern, almost creepy, but not cold.
Okay. How do you do that? How do you balance modern but not cold? 'Cause that's a difficult one for me.
So, like, there's a lot of white, and then there's a lot of plant life.
Okay, there you go.
You know what I
Yep.
mean? Just plants. Like, I want it to feel like you're
Succulents
inside.
everywhere.
Yeah, like, no, actually, succulents are bad for, they're not supposed to have a lot of succulents inside.
Why?
I
Is
don't
this
know.
a
It's like
spiritual thing or science
no, it's
thing?
like a, what's it called when you get your house?
Feng shui?
Feng shui, yeah. That's
I-
like a feng shui rule. You're not really supposed to have cacti inside.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
'Cause
and you're not
they're-
supposed to have
'cause they're
mirrors.
spiky. I always thought cactus are like the weird, awkward cousin.
Yeah,
of the
they're supposed to
plant
be like
family.
protective. So
Don't
you're supposed to
hug
have
me!
like
And you're just
outside the
like,
door.
Yeah. Your moat has cactus all around it.
Yeah, succulent life is cool. Please don't add plant life to my dream house.
Oh,
How dare
that's
you.
part, I'm like a part investor in every fantasy house that I have on.
Oh,
so I'm
right.
always like, and we have to have this. I have 10% ownership. Remember, that's I can make that decision.
I want like dragon plants outside. Like, yeah, I want it to be like look more tropical outside with the plant life.
Okay, great.
We walk in and I want it to feel like it's one of those like outside inside rooms. So like
Yes.
almost everything is like you can see the outside.
Yep.
You know, and so you go through the mudroom and you walk into this like beautiful open living room, like really spacious, and there's glass everywhere, but it can be like with the hit of a remote controller, like voice activated shades that like not a shade that physically goes on it, but like the glass gets darker.
Yeah, like a little technology that just.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Like, you know, like when you see people, you're like, those windows are too dark. Like you're going to get a ticket.
Totally. Oh yeah.
Like that, but like not as ghetto. You know, not like a purple tint, but like more of a gray blue.
Although purple might fit in really well with this exotic.
Purple's cool with the
flowers
plants.
and,
Yeah. The more I think of it, the more it's like Pauly Shore's like biodome.
Yeah. Okay.
Like I wanted to have a biodome feeling where it's like all glass, like outside, inside, you know?
That's one of the things I love about modern architecture, where I think they get it right, is when they marry the inside and the outside, and you feel like, I don't know. You're sitting there with your coffee on an easy chair, and it's like I'm like looking at the wilderness. I'm shaded from the elements, but like there's a tree.
Like I'm protected, but I can still see everything.
Yeah, I love that.
And there's going to be a lot of crazy plant life right outside, and maybe like some monkeys.
And maybe some monkeys.
You know, not the kind that would just be throwing shit at my like cool ceilings, but like, you know, happy, friendly monkeys. The kind that like fuck all the time. I'd love to like watch monkeys fuck all the time. That'd be cool.
Just have monkeys.
Some bonobo monkeys.
Just honking at you this butt.
Wait, you're laughing at somebody said tiny dinosaurs. I'm still sticking to like modern animal life.
Yeah.
So we walk into this beautiful, like very mid-century modern technology. And when you walk into the living room, there's of course like a jacuzzi inside,
Yes.
but it closes and it becomes a fireplace.
Oh wow.
Do you know what I mean? Like it's a jacuzzi for whenever you need it,
Yeah.
and then it closes and it's like the fireplace of the living room.
Okay.
Like I love when those like 70s style houses when you like dip down.
Yeah,
Have you ever
like
seen
an
those,
infinity pool. They're flush with the ground. It drops
Yeah,
down,
yeah.
and then your couch. There's a name for it, and I forget.
Yeah.
If you're listening, email
us. We need this.
fantasyhousepodcast@gmail.com because I forgot what it's called.
The furniture is mid-century modern, but like approachable too. Like a leather couch, but like a light leather, like a camel color leather.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of like animal carpets. You know those rugs that are like cow,
cowhide. Oh,
but
yeah.
not real. You know, because like let's save some cows, right?
That's what I always say.
I mean,
right? No, I don't. I eat a lot
where
of
are these
steak.
naked cows? I know. I like just said
cow.
steak. Was my
I mean,
favorite
that's the
thing.
beauty is that they use every part of the cow, like native indigenous people.
Yeah.
Indigenous people do. They
I like indigenal.
Indigenal. That's a cool name for a
It's
band.
cool, yeah.
of
Indigenal.
my hip hop. But I like that. Like everything's used, and like why not use the hide as a cool?
Yeah, I
we use
think-
it for our shoes.
I know, like I think killed the animal in like a way that's not like aggressive, obviously, and then like use like when I went fishing the other day, I thought I would feel really like just like horrible about the whole thing, and then I was like, no, we ate all of it, like we ate all the fish, and then the fish that we threw in the ocean, like the birds got and the dolphins and blah blah blah.
Yeah, it's all part of the cycle.
Ooh, there might be some dolphins in the water. Maybe not. Maybe just if they're happy there.
How do we find out if dolphins are happy, Jade?
Oh, I can communicate with them because they live in my house.
These are special.
Don't you remember the
dolphins.
woman who lived with a dolphin and then like admitted that she that she gave him hand jobs?
Yes, I read that whole article.
Me too. It was
And
like
that was
really
fascinating.
intriguing. Yeah, she like lived in water up to her knees for like months.
There was that, and there was a guy who he worked. I think he worked at an aquarium, and talked about how smart dolphins were, and how this dolphin was jealous when he would take care of the guy dolphin, and she like barricaded. Basically, this guy ended up having sex with a dolphin, and
Yeah.
like the whole thing was like all about how like it was
Yeah.
just a trip. Because
Yeah, I
that-
felt like I read something like that, and I was like, it's okay, that's okay.
Yeah.
Like I was like,
I don't
okay
know,
with
but
it.
I mean, I'm definitely not like it's not on the priority list of like we got to take care of this guy. I'm not like rolling up my sleeves like something's wrong here. I mean, it's a dolphin, and like I don't think it had anywhere better it had to be. And I mean,
Right.
like you know what I mean? Like,
Well, but they're rapey.
does he have
You've heard this
does that have
before.
a half dolphin like kid that he's not raising with her? You know what I mean? Like he had sex with a dolphin apparently.
Well, have you seen a dolphin vagina?
No,
Look it up. It
It's a
looks
fun-
just like a regular vagina. It's fucking nuts. Like a really pink one. You know, like not mine.
I feel like that would not be something that would help me seal the deal.
Like, what if your kids see
Jade,
that?
If you're,
It's like,
trying if you're trying to pimp a dolphin to me and you're like, John, it looks just like a girl's vagina, I'd be like,
But it's on an animal.
yeah, that you're not doing any. I'm not hooking up with your dolphin friend, Jade.
Dude, come on, she's into you,
No,
dude.
we can still talk.
She's slutty. Like, she's not going to call you after.
I'll have conversations with your dolphin friend while you and your other partner hook up, but like, I'm not hooking up. I'm not going to be your wingman for your dolphin. Like, I will be your wingman. Like, we'll play video games together or something like that, but I'm not sleeping with your dolphin.
So do you want to hang out with my friend Nicole? She's a dolphin.
Please, John, because her friend is really hot. I'm like, yeah, great. I will have dinner with Nicole.
Ooh, about that.
Well,
you're just going to have to throw her sardines.
See, I'll totally get along with hanging out. Dude, I'll hang out with people's animals, but I can't believe I'm
maybe not
arguing on behalf of, like, I will not have sex with your dolphin friend.
So I like that, like, and then I'm like, the living room, like, I don't feel like is that exciting, except that there's a projector that lives like not on a wall, just like by itself, like it just projects.
This is from your dad's hologram inventions.
Yeah. By the way, when people are like, "Oh, Tupac," that's not a fucking hologram; it's a projection. So get it fucking right, people.
Well, why don't you set the record straight right now with our listeners and myself?
You guys, that's not a hologram.
Is there a concise way to explain holograms to those of us like
a
myself?
hologram is a projection of a two-dimensional. I'm getting my dad ever hears this, he'll cut me out of the will. There's no money. I'm just kidding.
There's no money from the guy who helped invent holograms.
No, I wouldn't say he helped invent them, but he was like one of the first people to do them, like successfully.
So you got like $7,500 coming your way. Cool.
Maybe, and it's in Brazilian money, so it's like $1. Yeah, and a projection is exactly what it sounds like. Like it's not a reflective thing, you know. Like it's just being. It's like a light. It's more like a light than. Like, I would say that a hologram is closer to like a sticker than it, like the way it's pressed and made is. Okay, so like the way they do it, they would like get an object, make an object. Like, let's say this Larabar was the hologram they were going to make.
Okay.
They would put it on this laser table that's like similar to this, but like very large.
Okay.
And then there's different lasers that point at it and different mirrors that are like placed in different ways.
Yep.
So basically, the lasers would hit a mirror, and the projection of that would go onto glass and become like a picture of that onto glass.
Okay.
So it's like a reflection of this onto glass, but from every angle, right? So it's like...
So is it actually 3D, or is it just that I can look at all the different spots of it?
Exactly.
That's
what becomes...
It's basically mapped into the glass.
So like if you then took the piece of glass that had the entire Larabar on it and you broke it, every piece would be the whole Larabar instead of just like whatever designated thing, because it's like broken into so many different little particles.
Yeah.
My dad's told me this so many times, and I feel like every time I say it, people don't believe me.
Or you scare them. I'm just like...
Or I'm making it up. Yeah.
Okay.
But really, dolphin pussies are where it's at.
That's where we go back to.
So like a holographic like kind of channel, and everything, by the way, is voice activated because I don't have the time, and I want my voice activation to be Gary. I'm like, Gary, do this, you know?
How's Gary sound?
I think he might be British, but not in the snobby way, you know, or maybe Australian, because I love an Australian, like a Sikh. Oh, you're a Sikh cunt, Jade.
That's what Gary says to you?
Yeah. Welcome to the house, Jade. You're a Sikh cunt. Oh, thanks, Gary.
Why does he think you're... Because he knows you're going to try to hook me up with your dolphin.
By the way, Sikh cunt is like the highest form of compliment you can give.
Is it really?
In Australia.
It's like their way of like doing like...
Yeah, like she's
dude,
so cool. Yeah.
What a sick cunt, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, man. Have her over for
She's
din
so
din.
sick. She was like sneezing the other day, dude. Like twice.
Dude, her nose is all red.
Yeah, like she's fucking
Got,
sick.
like boogers on her sleeves.
Yeah. Sick cunt, dude.
Sick cunt, bro.
We go into the kitchen, which is going to be the most important part of the house, because I just think everybody hangs out in the kitchen. Oh, and by the way, this is all open. Like, I don't like separate rooms. I just like everything in the open.
It's a studio mansion.
It's a studio mansion. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, mine is the bedrooms like separate, but I'm talking about like the layout of like living room, kitchen, mud room,
family
like,
area, like all the communal spaces is a big giant open spot.
for me to have like a lot of places to cry openly by myself. Me and Cheryl. So do you remember that show Tool Time? Or is it called Tool Time?
Yeah, of course. You talking about Home Improvement?
Home Improvement.
Yeah. Tool Time
Tool Time was the show within the show.
Yeah.
So there was like an episode where they go into Jonathan Taylor Thomas. They go into that's literally like how I became bisexual. It's like, is that a boy? Is that a girl?
Like,
I want that.
It works. Yeah, I want that.
Like the middle kid in Hanson. I'm like, I want that. Still do. There was an episode where the kitchen was like one of those, you know, when you go like to a bodega in New York and they have like everything chopped up already.
I don't. But
you've never been to, like,
I feel
or like
I
it's
have,
like Subway, but with better ingredients,
Yeah.
like fresh ingredients. Like when you go to like a salad bar or like, so he had this thing where he would press a button and it would come up like out of the ground. It would be like all these ingredients, right?
Yeah.
And so I would have something like that where like I would pop it like, psst, and it would go like, and like everything that I ever want is just cut up, like vegetables, fruits, like really fresh,
Just ready to go.
Yeah, ready to go.
What will we have right now if you're entertaining us?
Like every vegetable you can, like peppers, cucumbers, shishito pepper. Really like peppers.
Oh, yeah. Shishito with
lettuce,
some sea salt.
kale, a little like seaweed, beets, carrots, red peppers. Let's not forget.
Oh, yeah.
And then like all exotic fruits, because we're in Brazil. There's like all these fruits that you don't even have here. Goiaba.
Oh, yeah,
Abacaxi,
goiaba.
maracujá.
Yeah, maracujá.
Morango. Sabe, all the good.
Casino Morango. Yeah, I know about all these things.
And like everything. Have you seen those refrigerators that look like wood? Like
Yeah.
the wood finishing, like so everything's like wood finishing. The fridge, like everything, like kind of
yeah.
goes into the wall.
I love
and you
that.
open it, and of course, the fridge, the one door that you open, it's all beverages, like Dane Cook's house style, where it's like every beverage is like stacked up always. You know.
What beverages? What would you have? I gotta know.
Ooh, you know, let's think about this. Okay, so I'd have green tea, black tea, Earl Grey tea, Thai iced tea ready to go, strawberry refreshers from Starbucks, but like a healthier version because I feel like it's crack, the one that I get there.
Yeah, there's so much sugar in Starbucks.
So much sugar. It's like insane.
Weird syrups and stuff like that.
Like I have like an addiction to, like if I think
Yeah.
about it, I'm like, do I treat myself to that? Like if I have that, I can't
It's so
anything
strong.
else. Yeah.
Yep.
I also really enjoy passion fruit juice. That's the maracujá thing in Brazil. And then there's this thing called caju, suco de caju, which is the fruit from cashew plant. And it's the most delicious, like hard to describe flavor. Like you have to grow up with it kind of to like it.
Yeah.
But it's like all the fresh juices, stuff like
Okay.
that. And then like fresh grape juice.
If I
which-
love cashew, could you tell that I would also love that?
No, it's
fruit?
like
Is
just
that-
a fruit. It's like I can't even explain
Totally
what it tastes
different
like.
than
It's
that.
more like a lychee. It's like a very
Oh, I
subtle.
love-
Yeah, me too. Love
dude,
lychee.
Lychee and taro are two of my
Ooh,
favorite.
yeah. Like just weird.
Yes. Dude, I want a taro smoothie right now.
Oh my god, me too. Oh yeah, and then there's also a place like where out of the fridge you go like that,
Yeah.
and it would be like fresh juices. Like it would be like like a green juice.
Oh, like a faucet just in the fridge? Okay.
Yeah, like a faucet on the fridge for green juice, and then one would be water, one would be sparkling water because I'm not an animal, and then tea. Those are like the four
Yeah.
that you need. You know what I
Down,
mean?
yes.
That's all the four you need. And then a pizza oven, of course.
Yeah.
That's really cool. You need that in the kitchen.
Are you going to cook a pizza right now in it?
No, I don't do any of the work.
Well, who's going to cook this pizza?
There's a little chef robot that lives in the kitchen as
Okay.
well.
Well, what's Chef Robot going to make for pizza?
It's like just the house thing. I I love it a Hawaiian. I'm not going to lie. I'm a Hawaiian
I'm not
girl.
going to lie. I love how in the past 10 years it's become a shameful thing.
I'm
to
finally
like
coming
pineapple.
out.
It's like the hardest thing to come out on now.
Well, I'm just saying that because I'm hungry. It's like shopping when you're like telling me to describe shit when I'm like starving. So I'm
Yeah.
like, a Hawaiian.
I'm hungry too.
Yeah.
And I want our listeners' mouths to be watering right
Ooh,
now.
you guys, it's going to be the best ham you can get. A little pineapple, a little caramelized onion. The crust is not too thick, not too thin, crispy
Perfect.
though, and then inside, because it's like a kitchen and it's like inside outside, there's also all these, like there's a garden in the kitchen that you can pick like fresh tomatoes from, like fresh berries, So like there's different plants all around that are like,
Yeah.
can you imagine? It's just like a little jungle kitchen.
Jungle kitchen.
But it's
I like-
also very modern all at the same time.
It's modern, but with access to the jungle that you can just reach into.
Yeah, I just want it to be like wood and green and white.
What's
like
the
everything.
floor look like? What kind of tiles?
I think it's going to be marble, but it's going to be warm. Or wood. Wood.
Okay.
But it's like, the floor that can be warm. Have you ever, like Benji has that.
like a warmed floor, yeah.
Yeah, like where you can make it warm or cold.
Yeah.
I love that. I think that's so cool.
It's because in wintertime when you're barefoot, you just be like, this feels good to walk on.
Right, which it's like, in Brazil there's like, there's winter. Yeah, it gets cold.
It gets cold in Brazil.
It gets cold, but not like what we know is cold. It gets rainy,
Yeah.
which would be so cool in the
Well,
house when it rains. Oh my gosh.
Rainforest season or
Yeah.
rainforest area, right? So you got...
Yeah, and then the water would rise and I couldn't leave the house for a while. Just stuck
Which is
in
a good
that.
excuse. That's a good excuse, though. I can't.
I can't. My moat's down.
My
and, like,
moat.
I'm like trying to think of like what else I like want ultimately in a kitchen that's like just all ingredients ready to go, a dispenser with everything, pizza oven, and then I would have like a lot of weird little machines. Like ice cream maker is a great one. Like I would also have one of those things where you can do like Korean barbecue.
Oh, yes.
That's cool. Like the very end of
One
the
those
bar.
grills that you can just chill at in your
Yeah,
own
yeah.
house. Dude, you have to have... Yeah, and your servant can just take care of that. cleaning,
Right.
'cause
And
those
then
are
my
so hard.
robot, we said robot.
Well, robot servant. That's what I mean.
Okay,
I think let the listener beware or whatever. Take note. Whenever you say servant, we're talking about a robot.
Robot.
It's a fantasy world, so it can be, you can have naughty things like servants.
And then we have naughty,
You know what I mean?
like slave labor. Well,
It's
yikes.
a fantasy
Yeah.
world. I mean,
Okay.
this isn't real.
Maybe like in the kitchen, there's also like a pantry full of weed.
Okay.
I need to have a weed pantry, and then also like a junk food pantry, but like with all Japanese snacks.
Oh, yeah.
Have you ever been to Japan?
No. It's
7-Elevens in Japan are the like
Just
you get
all
like
cool.
spaghetti.
Yeah.
And it's like the most delicious, like their version of American foods, like are just like a sweeter, less acidic.
Yeah.
Like they had this pork bun that was pizza flavored. Nick and I were like, every day we like needed to have the pizza flavored.
I love
pork bun.
all Japanese foods. I mean, I love sushi is my favorite, but anything else that they make as well, I'm just like,
Yeah, like
give it to
everything's
me.
like plasticky almost. Like I can't explain it. Like
I think that they're just so good at mixing seafood flavor with salt and savory and
Yeah.
sweet, like all together in this mixture that's just unbelievable.
yeah,
could
but
eat
I
it
have to
every
say,
day.
I thought I was adventurous, and then I'm not. Like,
Why? What did you try that you didn't? That was weird.
there's this clam. It's like the most expensive thing you can eat there.
What's it called though?
It looks literally like a like, and it moves. Oh, you have to have it live,
Nope.
and then you
Not
put it
doing
on the grill, and it's like it
Not-
makes all these sounds. Like so the kitchen, the weed pantry, and then Japanese snack pantry, of course, important for all
Japanese
of us.
snack pantry.
Japanese. What else do I love? I love like grilling too. So maybe there's a grill somewhere, but we haven't gotten to the yard, so not inside.
Let's go to the yard.
I'm not like. Should we go to the yard already?
Yeah, let's go to the yard. We got
Okay, we haven't even gone upstairs or the bathroom or anything.
We'll go to the yard, then we'll come back in and go upstairs to the bathroom.
So we open the backyard and it's beachfront.
Okay.
But there's also like a little area that's grass for Cheryl because like she's
Cheryl
the
likes
queen
the
of them
grass.
all. Yeah.
what kind of dog is she?
She's a mini pincher chihuahua.
Okay.
So perfect.
Super cute.
Super cute. And
Yeah, I know Cheryl from your Instagram. I never actually met her in person. It's
I know
funny.
she looks so big in photos. Whenever people see her, they're like, "Oh my god, she's like tiny. She's like this big."
Oh, really?
She's real tiny, 6 pounds.
Oh my god,
Yeah,
she's a little burrito.
she is. Oh, I love her. I was going to bring her, but I couldn't to the next thing. But the outside, there's of course also a pool in the grassy area, like for hanging out, and a jacuzzi. Because who am I? And then there's also an outside shower that's like a large outside shower for multiple people to shower.
Yeah,
And it's
we're
like-
not just talking about cleaning off beach water. We're talking about people showering for fun.
What do you think this is, John?
It's
you
a
think it's
party
some kind of
house.
weird orgy house? This is
Yes.
a family house for me and Cheryl.
Families get started through
And
orgies
for all the
sometimes.
sluts that I have over.
That's right.
Yeah, outside shower is like major. And then there's also like a little area outside with like a barbecue, another TV that's like reflective, and a fridge, all the like booze outside, like a full bar outside. Be cool. And then also maybe like another garden, like a weed garden that also has vegetables in it. That has weed vegetables in
I was
it.
just gonna say, weed is vegetables, man.
No, like there's vegetables that you buy, like you grow from these plants, and they're like weed vegetables, like infused with weed.
Interesting. This is in real life or just in your fantasy?
In my fantasy house, what are we doing?
I don't know. Sometimes I'm wondering. I'm like, are you teaching me about something real? Is any of this stuff real?
Nothing is real.
Nothing's real, man.
Everything I say is bullshit. Yeah, so like the weed vegetables, that's major. That's major. And maybe a little waterfall, maybe a slide in the pool. Because like, let's get crazy.
Gotta have a slide. If you have a pool, you have a slide. If you have
got
a slide, you got a pool.
You got a pool. And who wants a dry slide?
Who wants
a dry
pool without
anything?
a slide?
Yeah.
Who wants to dry anything, right?
Yeah, like what's good dry?
Yeah.
Nothing. Ribs?
Even beef jerky's better when it's wet,
Well,
I don't know.
Yeah, you're right. You can't be
just trying to
too
prove a
dry
point.
like chalk,
right?
What else is outside that's cool? Maybe I would go for a tennis court, but a small one because like I don't really play, but I want people to come over who play.
Okay, you want to be able to lure in your tennis friends. Like, you can play here, and then we'll have a Korean barbecue afterwards.
Yeah. And I like that. And my sister has big dogs, so I'd want her to bring like around enough of a place for them to run around.
Okay.
And the water has to be salt water.
So the pool, so you have beachfront backyard
Yeah.
with an actual pool.
Yeah.
Does it also have beach water as well?
No,
Is
not
it
beach water, like the kind that's not chlor. Have you heard of this? It's like
Like a saltwater pool.
yeah, saltwater
Oh,
pool,
yeah.
but it doesn't feel like salt. You're not like, oh, like
Yeah,
your
yeah.
eyes don't burn in it, you know?
It's really nice. If you take a gulp of it, you're like, that's salty water, but there's no chlorine.
Right. Maybe the pool has coconut water in it. It's like it's not annoying, but you can drink it.
I actually like that.
Yeah.
You're like, John, someone peed in there. I was like, but it's coconut water, though.
And-
It's the good one, too.
Oh, and if you
It's
pee
pink.
in the pool, you immediately die.
Oh, my
You
God.
die.
I don't know. I'm afraid I might accidentally pee in your
Why
pool.
do people pee in pools? Just go
Just like you
outside.
forget. You're
no,
like, just
I
like,
don't forget.
we're in it.
I
Like-
can't just pee. Like it takes so many mental notes. Like, okay, we're gonna do
That's
this. You're
you,
gonna
but
do
some
this.
of us are just sitting in a pool like, did I
Well,
just pee?
that's the rule.
I don't want to die from just
If
accidentally
you
peeing.
pee, If you pee, you get thrown to the ocean sharks.
Dude, maybe if you poop in the pool, you die.
Have you pooped in the ocean?
I don't know if I have.
I've done it twice. It burns so much because, like, right when you're done, you sip in a little bit of water, and
Are
it's
you
like
serious?
salt water. And it's
Oh,
like
yeah.
hot, so it burns.
Thank you for doing the sound effect.
And then that one time, like, the poop went away. We never saw it again. The second time, my sister and I were in Florida, and the poop floated up, and we were like, "What?" Like,
my
it was
God.
so
Dun, dun,
exciting.
dun, dun,
Yeah.
dun, dun, dun,
Dun,
dun.
dun, dun.
That's poop's a funny thing.
Yeah, it's like that episode of Always Sunny, like, who pooped in the bed?
What? It's also Caddyshack pooping in the pool.
Oh yeah. Just
Baby Ruth.
Baby Ruth.
And Bill Murray takes a bite of it, and then the guy passes out.
Oh my god. Let's just watch that. What else am I missing in the backyard that would be like a cool backyard? I guess in the bar there's always like a hot bartender who like comes and works there. And he loves it. He lives at, there's a little back house, of course, like a guest house in the back.
Of course.
Where like a Ketelson style hot guy lives there.
A little Cato house.
Takes care of everything in the backyard,
Yeah.
you know.
A little casita, a little Cato casita.
Little casita. And it's also like probably an income property when he's not there, when he's traveling. Make a little money, pay the mortgage.
I like how you're thinking practically on your fantasy house.
Yeah,
Like,
I got it.
I got a little cash flow in my fantasy investment house. It's the ADU.
And then like just flowers everywhere, exotic flowers everywhere, and just, you know.
What are some of those exotic flowers? Like lilies, like really cool, weird lilies and orchids.
I guess those are the only two flowers I can really think of. Yeah.
Same here.
I guess roses are cool, but it's not really like the environment for roses.
Exotic, though.
Yeah.
If someone says exotic, you're like, does it eat? Does it say feed
Oh, it would
me,
be like
Seymour? You know
it'd be
what I mean?
like love that. Yeah, the plant from that musical is in the backyard.
That's right.
Suddenly Seymour.
Yeah.
Feed me, Seymour. Wait, what's the plant I really like? Orchids, like orchids hanging from all the palm trees and
Yeah.
all the beautiful trees. What am I missing in a backyard that I would like? Probably a tiny little house for Cheryl to sleep in out there too.
So you have a tiny house, like a guest house,
Yeah.
and then you also have an even smaller little house.
Yeah, and
for Cheryl.
the ceilings are glass because she loves to tan. She loves to get a little sun. Yeah,
What kind of little dog?
she's a tiny doggy. Okay, so we go back in because outside we're bored. We're done. We've seen all the orchids.
That's right.
We go upstairs. There's an elevator, but I don't use it that much.
Okay.
There's stairs that I use because I like to
It's
get a little
healthier.
bit of a butt
Yeah,
workout.
that's nice.
You know, but they're not the stairs that are like too close together. Have you ever felt like you're like pulling your knees straight up when
Oh,
you're
yeah.
going upstairs? Like, not like that.
First time I
Smooth.
went to England, I was like, is this a ladder or is this stairs?
Yeah, I don't like that.
What's going on?
I don't like that. I also
Yeah.
don't like when people don't fucking understand that an escalator is like not for standing in the middle, like stand to one side or the other.
It's
Like,
supposed to enhance your stair walking experience or get out of the fucking way.
get out of the fucking way. So we go upstairs, and oh god, upstairs is amazing, and it has like a railing where you can see down into the bottom area, so it's like a little open. It doesn't go all the way to the ceiling.
Very modern, yes.
And the windows are like glass. There's a couple like extra bedrooms up there for friends to come and crash in. There's like a movie room, of course,
Mm-hmm.
like just a beautiful movie room with the chairs that go all the way back and a
Yep.
little area with like popcorn, like where Michael Jackson used to like take all the kids.
Yeah.
Minus that.
Okay. That's what you tell your architect. You're
Yeah.
like, just like look
Just
up
like
the
Michael
room
Jackson's,
and
but
Michael-
not. Yeah. No Peter Pan, please. Did you watch the movie?
No.
Oh, you
but I
would
just
really hate that
imagined-
reference.
Okay.
And the movie room has like endless amounts of any movie you want, and like actually there's also just like previews. You can just watch previews forever, which
Okay.
I really enjoy. And then a couple extra bedrooms, and then there's a gym upstairs. Most people put it downstairs,
Not
but I'm
you.
too lazy for that. I want to go straight from my bedroom.
No excuses kind of thing?
To my
Like,
gym.
The gym's right there.
The
You
gym's
don't even
right
have to go
there.
downstairs.
But actually, the gym provides yoga classes, Zumba, and Bikram. So like it can be like a really hot room, and inside the gym there's also a sauna, like a tiny sauna.
Yeah.
And then there's like a dry sauna and maybe a wet sauna too, because
Sauna options.
you got to get different saunas in there. That's like the dream.
Yeah.
And then maybe like a facial table too. I get
I was
facials.
going to say, you should have a facial
and a massage table because like you got it. Why not? Okay, then we go into the bedroom.
I like the exhaustion. All right, here we go.
Okay, then we go into the master bedroom.
Master!
It's beautiful. It's like huge. There's like a huge king bed. It's not too high up, so Cheryl can still jump up and not have those little steps because it's like I don't want to be that person.
Yeah, that makes her step
like
up to the
steps
bed.
for the bed, yeah.
People are like, why do you have steps here?
But it's also like one of those bedrooms that like has still like room for like a couple chairs and a TV.
Yeah.
And like the TV would be in one of those that goes all the way into the ground. So you like don't have a TV out all the time. And there's a balcony that like opens up to, you know, the beach.
So the TV comes up out of the ground just like your vegetables come out of the ground when you just press like a flush button. It's like,
Yeah, it goes up. Yeah.
okay. So you have like a little loft in your bedroom. Which
Yeah,
is
it's like a
always
little
nice.
loft, and like
Little
the
loft suite.
the master bathroom is just like amazing. There's like a jet jacuzzi. There's like a beautiful shower with like a ton of heads. Like there's a head just for masturbating.
What's it called? What's it look like?
The
Describe
master. It's called the womanizer, just like my favorite vibrator.
it. The womanizer. You've been womanized.
You've been like yeah, where it's like, oh, yeah, it just gives me compliments. It goes like, you're so funny. Oh my god, like
Oh, female comedians. That's your compliment. You're so
yeah,
funny.
you're so
Like,
funny.
oh.
Honestly, like I don't know why you get more spots than the comedies.
I don't know why you don't get more spots. It's all
so
encouraging.
sad.
You should be
You
headlining.
keep going.
What are
really,
you middling
should
for?
be headlining. Hey, you know what? People didn't buy tickets because people don't know you in Minnesota, but they will.
Then you're all turned on.
Yeah, and everything music activation, of course, like tons of heads on the shower is just my favorite.
What's like the textures in there in your bathroom? Like, paint us a picture of like the colors and the lighting.
I like marble. I would go maybe like a light purple and make it fun in there. You
Interesting,
know,
yeah.
and then maybe all the gold. It's all gold, like all the shower heads and stuff like that. Because golden,
like shiny gold or like brushed. You know how like modern
No,
stuff's
I
a
like.
lot of brushed.
Oh,
gold?
I like a matte gold. That's
Okay.
cool too. But I'm thinking, oh, maybe
I've been
copper is cool.
I've been so into matte copper and
Yeah,
or
that's
brushed
pretty cool.
copper and brushed gold for like bathroom and kitchen appliances lately.
Yeah, I like brush gold. That's a cool idea.
yeah, it's so
yeah,
nice.
I'll take that.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
And then like, there's also like a makeup room that's beside my closet and beside like where I brush my teeth, kind of thing, where it's like just really well lit, and in all the drawers, it's like all the different makeup, so everything's like packed away.
Yeah.
Again, I really hate clutter. It's like
So your house is not gonna have any clutter. It's gonna be very clean.
minimal, and then like white walls everywhere, and then just beautiful, like huge pieces of art. Like that, I'm really turned on by that. Just like art that's like, oh my god, like just the enormity of it, like makes
So you like it to be
wet.
giant, yeah.
You know, just like what? Like how did
Ditto.
he paint this?
Yeah.
You know, did he get on a ladder?
Yeah.
Like you know.
I love that too. There's something powerful about it. You can have a small painting and a giant painting of the exact same thing, but if it's giant, it moves you in a way.
It's
that
true.
you're
It's like-
how'd you get this in here?
Like how did you move this? Like how did
Yeah.
you transport this? Like that alone is
How
like
many-
impressive.
Buckets of paint did it take to make that red block over
Yeah,
there?
no wonder it cost $60,000. You know what I mean? Like what
love
the
it.
fuck?
I love it. Giant artwork is awesome.
The makeup room is like really essential, and then we go into my closet, which is just like every girl's dream closet. It's probably two-parter, you know, where I have like all the solids and the things, and then I have my winter clothes in a separate one, and then like maybe accessories in a separate one, like shoes and bags in a different one, and then like a jewelry display. Just really organized.
It's got to make it exciting to go into your own closet when it feels like you're in Neiman Marcus.
Yeah, maybe like a Clueless one where it like rotates around.
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah, just like, you know, think like robot meets department store, like all in one.
Yeah.
Like just
Very
really
high-tech.
clean, beautiful. Yeah, everything organized. And then where you put your dirty clothes in, they like pop up clean on the other side. It's the shoe guy. The shoe guy does the dry cleaning as well.
The guy that lives within your walls. You're like, the technology's outstanding here. And there's a guy that lives in my walls
There's
that
the
takes care
guy,
of
he
that.
loves to like shine shoes and wash clothes. Like he lives for it.
Describe to us one of the crazy paintings. I want to like paint that picture. No.
Well, I mean, I love Rothko's. Like, I like really simple, like really colorful, beautiful. Like, I love
Bold.
Kirshner. Like, just like beautiful. Like, maybe it wouldn't be classic. Maybe it would be like a new artist that I really support. That'd be cool. I just like really bold colors. Like I like really primal colors too. I don't know. I'm like a little simple when it comes to art. Like, I don't want anything to look mismatched. Yeah, I like really colorful. Like maybe a little glitter in it here and there.
Just a little glitter.
Just a little glitter. A little glitter.
Oh, dude.
Maybe some of the paintings are like interactive where you walk by it and the eyes move and you're like, oh, what the fuck? There's got to be a little bit of mystery, you know?
That is a little trippy.
And then upstairs, also in my bedroom closet, there's like a hidden wall, like one of those secret walls that you go like, you know, and that's like
Where does
we-
that take us?
It takes us to like a cool drug room. There's drugs
That's pretty
everywhere.
vague, Jade. A cool drug room?
Yeah.
Where are you taking us?
This is like a cool drug room where the rug is furry, but you're not grossed out to be like barefoot on it.
I was,
You know, like a trippy room to do mushrooms in, even
Yeah.
though the whole house would be cool because there's plants everywhere and stuff like. But like a designated, like we're doing drugs in this room, hanging out, playing cards, drinking. Like there's a full bar, you know. It's cool.
What's the walls look like in there in the lighting?
The walls are going to be like, you know, those the really cool like 70s wallpaper that looks like bamboo, like a really 70s style room, like shaggy rug, Like that kind of style.
Like the
of
room literally talks and goes like, "What's up, man?
Yeah, he's like, welcome, dude.
Want to eat some shroomies?"
Yeah. Oh my God. Maybe there's a little area too where I'm growing mushrooms.
Oh, you got a little mushroom garden, huh?
I got a little mushroom garden.
Little spores or whatnot.
And then maybe I even have a tiny pig who like gets the mushrooms.
That's so cute.
Yeah, maybe I have a tiny pig pet since
love-
it's like my fantasy.
I love, like, pigs are so cute.
But you know, that's like a fake thing. People think you can get like a tiny pig.
Oh, there's no such thing?
It's
They're
rare.
just showing baby pigs or like a pig with a handicap?
It's really rare that they stay
They're
that
called
tiny.
little person pigs.
Wait,
Jade?
so let's go into the garage, which also turns into a nightclub at night.
Yeah. A nightclub garage. I like this.
A nightclub garage. So like at night, I have people come in. Yeah, and there's like different DJs that come and play. You know, and it's a whole full on like lasers and just like full fucking club.
Yeah.
Like waiting for tonight. You know.
Yeah, I'm thinking Night of the Roxbury era.
Oh, you were going. Da.
Yeah, that's why I said Emilio Estevez.
Oh, I see. I was like, where was that? I guess I'm not really crazy because like I don't know. I feel like some of these things like I could actually achieve.
Yeah.
And have.
Totally.
Like I'm not going, you know what? And then downstairs also, it's like an anti-gravity room. So like you
can't have that in real life so
you go
far.
like, you know, and like everyone can float.
Oh,
Maybe that's in the weed room.
that.
Maybe that's in the weed room.
Well, I mean, we could go to the weed room, get stoned, and then you go like, hey, now that you're all
I wanna go to the
high,
club.
You want to go to the club, and then you take me there, and then there's an anti-gravity room, and then
Right.
then
That's
my
the
mind's
room.
blowing.
Maybe the whole house can become anti-gravity.
That's even trippier.
That's cool.
That is even trippier.
Yeah. That's cool. I like that. And you can just like float around, like eat M&Ms. You know, that's all I've ever wanted to do.
I feel like that's like the biggest surprise of the house that you saved. You saved the mind blower for the last when you said.
Has it been too simple so far?
No, it's been great, but just like ending on. Oh, and like the whole house, you can be anti-gravity if like with a flip of a switch or something like that. I'm just like,
like guys, everybody hold on to your shit. Like
that is
you know?
freaking trippy, dude.
Yeah, that's cool. And you could like swim around, you know, like from place to place.
Yeah, you're all into swimming, whether it's actually in water or
Really?
just anti-gravity.
I really am. There's such a freedom to being in the water for me. I think it's because I have such scoliosis and walking even hurts.
Yeah. And the older you get, the more you're like, should I be sitting right now? Well, that's not good
My
for me.
knees
And then
hurt right
it
now.
hurts to stand. And then you're like, well, what do I do? Lay down? Well, that kind of hurts too. You're like,
Laying down hurts.
What doesn't hurt?
Well,
swimming?
come into my anti-gravity house.
Yeah, floating around in Jade's anti-gravity house.
Yeah. I like that.
I love that.
I mean, you know, I feel good about it.
Dude,
I'd retire there.
so rad.
Thanks.
Yeah, I'm going to have a gay old time floating around a house. I love the idea of just being like, just turn the anti-gravity on. We just go
Yeah.
just floating all of a
Everyone's
sudden,
like, yeah.
I don't know. It's just such a fun sensation. Sensation.
Sensation.
Such a fun sensation.
When I was little, I had this like real feeling that I could like go like this, like wave my arms like I'm swimming, and I would like gravitate up. Like I had a real feeling that I could do that.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
It went away with all my hope.
It's called becoming an adult.
Yeah, I know I can't do that anymore.
Is dead.
That feeling went away when I realized I couldn't afford a house.
Well, as sad as it is that feeling might have went away, I hope it came back a little bit. That's why I do this show.
Today was fun. It's fun thinking about like if you could have anything,
Right?
you would have.
Oh, it makes
it is.
I feel like a kid. Like,
It does.
I love the sensation.
Well, having a house is like a kid version of like having toys.
Yeah.
You know.
And making it like your own. There's that saying like, what is it? Like a man's house is his castle or something like that. It's like, as a human being, every beaver needs a dam. Like you just want to feel like I got my spot.
You have your space.
Where should our guests find you? What are you going?
Oh, sweet. At the Jade Movie, all social media platforms. Check me out. Some exciting news coming up. I can't tell you guys yet. But also watch Future Man on Hulu. That's on right now. You can catch me on that. And when does this come out?
I'm going to release it tomorrow.
Oh, cool. So, yeah, I'll be at the Laugh Factory next week a bunch of times. So come see that.
Oh, if you're in LA, come see Jade at the Laugh Factory. Oh, it's awesome.
Yeah.
Jade, thank you so much for
Thank you
having
so
me
much,
at your
Sheffy.
Fantasy House #, blessed guest. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in and being with us on that journey. I hope you had as wonderful a time as I did. Give us a 5-star review on, what is it, iTunes? Is it now called Apple Pods or whatever?
It is? Oh, yeah, Apple iPods.
Apple iPods.
No,
and
that can't be it. Why iPods?
Whatever Apple app you use to like...
Apple Pods.
Is it Apple Pods?
That sounds weird to me, like I'm missing a letter.
Yeah, that sounds like a food, Apple Pod.
Apple Pod.
You know, an Apple Pod.
yum.
They fry them, you know.
I thought it was like a Japanese, like, get one of those Apple Pods.
An Apple Pod, like it's made out of apple, but it's like some really complicated like treat.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got
Yeah.
it's got a toy inside
It's like
it.
this, like, twink.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, you guys are the best. Thank you so much for tuning in. Peace out. Thanks for being here, Jade.
Bye.